his heart bleed while chasing shadows. His love was fire, but you craved another spark. You felt his gaze, heavy, burning through your soul. Yet your eyes wandered, chasing a fleeting ghost. He gave you everything, poured his soul out raw, but you were blind, stuck on a stranger's call. Was it worth it, trading truth for a lie? His devotion screamed loud, but you just passed by. Every word he spoke cut like a blade. You ignored the pain, chasing dreams that fade. His heart was open, begging you to stay, but your mind was lost, running far away. What's it like to break someone so true? You felt the guilt, but pushed it deep too. He saw forever. You saw someone else's face. Now you're stuck wondering, lost in empty space. Did you think love was just a game to play? His tears fell silent, but you turned away. You wanted freedom, but now you're caged in doubt. His love was real. What were you chasing about? The world judged you, called you cold and cruel. But deep inside, you're breaking, feeling like a fool. He built you up, but you tore him down. Now you're drowning in regrets you can't drown. You thought the other guy was your escape, but his promises crumbled, left you in bad shape. Why'd you trade a diamond for a rusty chain? His heart was gold. You chose the fleeting pain. Love ain't a toy you toss when you're bored. He gave you his all, but you still ignored. Now you're stuck, replaying choices in your head. Was it worth the cost, leaving his heart dead? You see his face in every shadow now. Guilt's a heavy chain. You're wondering how. He moved on, but you're stuck in the past. Love you, chased, vanished. It didn't last. You broke his trust, shattered what was real. Now you're left with scars that time won't heal. Why'd you let his love slip through your hands? You chased a mirage across burning sands. His voice still echoes, soft but full of pain. You want to go back, but it's not the same. The other guy, he was never the one. Now you're alone, staring at what you've done. You thought you'd win, but you lost it all. His love was your anchor. Now you just fall. What's left when you burn bridges you need? You're stuck with regret, and it's starting to bleed. He loved you fiercely, but you couldn't see. Now you're trapped in a cage with no key. Why'd you think the grass was greener elsewhere? His heart was steady, but you didn't care. You chased a thrill, left his love behind. Now you're lost, with no peace to find. He begged you to stay, voice cracked and low. But your heart was gone, chasing a false glow. Did you feel the weight of his broken trust? Or were you too busy chasing fleeting lust? The world spun on, but you stood still. His love was a mountain. You chose a cheap thrill. You thought you'd fly, but you crashed instead. Now his words haunt you, stuck in your head. Why'd you trade his truth for a flimsy dream? Love like his wasn't what it seemed. You laughed off his pain, called it weak and small. Now you're the one who's starting to fall. He gave you his soul, laid it at your feet, but you walked away, chasing something sweet. That sweetness turned bitter, left you in the cold. Now you're regretting the lies you were sold. You see his smile in strangers passing by. Each one's a reminder of the tears he cried. Why'd you think you could just move on? His love was a fire. Now it's gone. You wanted more, thought you'd find the spark, but you lost yourself, stumbling in the dark. He was your shelter, your safe place to land. Now you're adrift with no one's hand. Did you ever think you'd feel this hollow? His love was deep, but you chose to follow, a fleeting shadow that vanished in the night. Now you're left fighting your own inner fight. You broke his heart, but yours is breaking too. Guilt's a cruel mirror, showing what's true. Why'd you let his love fade into gray? Now you're stuck wishing you could have stayed. He was your rock, but you pushed him away. Now you're sinking, with nothing to say. The other guy promised stars in the sky, but all you got was a painful goodbye. You thought you'd soar, but you're stuck in chains. His love was freedom. Now you feel the pains. Why'd you ignore the truth in his eyes? Now you're haunted by your own lies. You chased a feeling, but it slipped away. Now you're left with nothing but dismay. He loved you purely, gave all he could give, but you chose a path where you barely live. What's it like to know you broke something rare? Now you're alone, with no one to care. You wanted it all, but you lost the best. Now you're stuck living with the unrest. Why'd you let his love die in vain? Now you're choking on your own pain. His heart was yours, but you threw it aside. Now you're running, with nowhere to hide. You thought you'd find something better out there, but all you got was a hollow stare. He was your home, but you burned it down. Now you're lost, wandering through the town. Did you think love was just a fleeting game? His heart carried your name, felt no shame. You chose a spark that fizzled out fast. Now you're stuck living in the past. Why'd you trade his soul for a cheap high? Now you're left asking yourself why. His love was steady, a flame that burned true, but you chased a ghost that never came through. You see his shadow in every dark place. Regret's a cruel hand slapping your face. You thought you'd win, but you lost your way. Now you're begging for just one more day. He gave you his all, but you turned blind. Now you're trapped in the mess of your mind. Why'd you think you could just walk away? His love was real. You chose to betray. The other guy's gone, left you in the dust. Now you're picking up pieces of broken trust. You wanted freedom, but you're caged in fear. His voice still lingers crystal clear. Did you think you'd escape the weight of choice? Now regret's screaming in your inner voice. You broke his heart, but yours is shattered too. Now you're stuck wondering what's left to do. He loved you fiercely, but you couldn't stay. Now you're lost in a world that's cold and gray. Why'd you let his love slip through your grip? Now you're sinking, losing your hold, your ship. You thought you'd find peace in another's arms, but all you got was a storm of harms. He was your anchor, your light in the dark. Now you're adrift with no guiding spark. You chased a dream that wasn't even real. Now you're left with wounds that won't heal. You broke his heart, chasing shadows that lied. Regret's your prison, you're trapped inside. His love was fire, pure and strong. You chose wrong, and now he's gone. Stand up, fight the pain, don't break. Own your scars, it's not too late. Rise above the guilt, find your flame. Noctera Jaris calls. Subscribe, claim your name.